Hi, everyone. So, yesterday I had a really interesting conversation, and we were talking about when it comes to abundance and what supports and what hinders it. And through that conversation, I actually had several other follow up conversations that happened. And so, what I wanted to do is share with you a little bit of something to think about to see how are you supporting and how are you hindering being in abundance, specifically how this works with time, with flow, productivity, and joy. So I'm going to give you a couple little things I'm going to talk about. So feel free, ask questions, and I'm going to just dive in and just be here for a few minutes just to kind of get you a little bit of something. Okay, so we as humans use language to form what we know. And I'm going to give you two words which are very similar but also very different. Should, could. Only difference, S or C. Should and could. So when we're talking about like what you should do, as business owners, we get caught like we need, we should be doing this. We should be, you should be communicating with your clients. You should be invoicing. You should be making sure your days are being productive. But what I'm talking about is taking a little bit of a step back. So when you're thinking of should and could, I want you to think of like how you spend your day. And you're looking at what it is you need to do. Now, all of us as business owners, there's things that are important that you need to do. You need to be bringing in money in order for you to pay for your bills, to be able to make your payments at your house, to be able to provide places to live, to be able to eat. So we're going to go a little bit deeper than that. So I want you to think about what it is when you are looking at what you're doing in your day. You're like, oh, I should be doing this, and I should be doing that, and I should be doing that. And if you catch yourself, you'll start becoming a little bit of anxious. Or in my case, and this is why I say it's really important, you need to do some inner work so you kind of get to know what is that internal programming that may be going on or that internal structure. So I'm going to talk a little about me and how this works with should and coulds, and I want you to just think about how this may show up for you. So for me, my shoulds are, well, you should be doing this. And it's almost like these shoulds are, if I don't do this, there's a part of me that gets anxious, and it almost gets to the point if I'm not aware, this is again that self-awareness, if I'm not aware that I should be doing this, then I become a workaholic. I should be doing this. And it's almost like in my mind, it's like I need to be doing this, and it's like a driving need. So when you catch yourself in a should, and it's like a drive, and it's pushing, but it doesn't feel organic, but it's like outside pressure, and it's looking at, there's a lot of reaction going on, whether you realize it or not. That's when the should and the could are kind of getting into a conflict. So what happens is, and this is how I like to describe it, so forgive me as I'm actually trying to adjust myself because my back's sore and I've been sitting in the seat for a little bit. So when you are looking at should and coulds, think of it like two parallel tracks. You're a train. Okay, you're going down your parallel tracks. This is your should, this is your, so should, could, two parallel. Okay. So if you're going down one, and your inner critic or this internal programming side of you that says, oh, you should be this, it's the kind of regulator side. If that is running the show, then all of a sudden you're on this path that actually can be quite destructive, because that's when you'll start getting into some behaviors and actions that become detrimental. You should do this. So what is it? Like, you should. And it's almost like, Mellissa, you should be doing this. So I want you to think about for yourself, if you catch yourself or you're noticing like, oh, no, you should. And it's almost like, it's the finger point. It's the part of you that's like, this obligation, but it's coming from this place of, if you don't do this, you're bad. So there's normally a shame or a critique side of it. It makes you a bad person, whatever, or a bad business, or it's coming from that place that's not really where you want it to be. where it feels like abundance. This is when the inner critic is taken over, and that should place. So again, that S, that should. All of a sudden, you're on this train track, and this train track is actually going to hit a wall. And this is like you get burnout, you run out of time, you feel bad, you let people down. All those things are part of when your inner critic is like going down this wrong pathway, and you're really not being the flow, but you are just basically a passenger on that train. So you really don't have a lot of control with that. However, this is 2 tracks. And it's so easy to be on the should track, because the should track is when your personality structure is running the show, whether you're conscious of it or not. But the other track, this track over here, is the could track. The C. It's the possibility track. It's the one that has open and freedom and flexibility. And so what happens is we get caught up and we jump over here on the should track, like you should be doing all these things, versus the could. And when you're in that space of could, you're in the space of possibilities, you're in the space of abundance, you're in the space of flow. Because you know what? The could track can go like this, and it can go like, oh, nope, there's a wall, we're going to go this way and go around it. This is where you're going to find the joy, the freedom, the fun, the excitement is over here on the could track. Well, here's what's interesting. The should and the could track are actually, like I said, they're running right next to each other. But the should track, this is your ego structure. This is your personality that is saying this is how it's supposed to be, and it's what's putting you and your business in this box. Now, the other one, the could one, is actually what's being run by what we call essence. That's when you actually get a chance to be present, and you get to go, you know what? All my fears and reactions are running my should track versus my could track. Yet when you're in your could track, this is where you get to be in that space of joy. You get to be in that space of flexibility. You get to have a lot more capacity. And here's a little hint. When you're working in your should track, it seems like there's never enough time. You're rushing. You're getting burnt out. You're not getting joy. Yet, when you're over here on your could track, this is when it's like all of a sudden when you're working on something, it's like boom, 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 stuff's coming simply. You're in the flow. Some of those really complex problems that you're working on, you just get to breeze right through them. When that same amount of time, and when you're over here on the other track, you're in the should track, you're forcing it. And when you're forcing to do something, you're actually forcing things on a couple different levels. You're forcing your mind to be thinking, and so it's not coming from this like, aha, the clarity, the seeing how things all work together, which is on the could track. Your heart will be going in this whole emotional state of, how are you feeling about this? You're maybe getting angry or frustrated, or you may be noticing that you've got this part of you that's, oh no, what are they going to think of me if I don't do this in time, or I'm not able to do this? So there's a sense of value that's all going on this could track. So when you're staying over here, the should track, when you're over here, you're closing yourself off. Well, think about it like, oh, I got the weight of the world. It's on your shoulders. It's in your stomach. Your body's responding. Again, you don't have any movement or flexibility. And with no movement or flexibility, again, this one track over here, which is going to be the one that is going to go boom and hit into things, that one's not going to be able to bring you what you're looking for, especially long-term abundance. So all of that is pre-programming, that is training, that is fear-based, that is reactions, whether you're conscious of it or not. The could track. The could track is the one that when you're connected with essence, it can move. It can adapt. You're in the flow. You're also, what happens when you're over here in the could track, you get to be more aware of what is coming to you and what is not. And so what's really nice is you get to sit here and going, you know what, this is great. I can sit here and I can talk with other people and we can work all of this out. And the could track and go like, oh, I'm seeing a solution that I didn't even know was available. Or the could track may say, oh my gosh, look how quick I got this done. Or look how much fun I had doing this and it didn't feel like work. And we all know what the work feels like. It's a cute little kid who's just like in the mirror, in the glass behind me. So my invite to you, notice if you are getting caught up in should or could. And here's a little exercise for you. You ever done those little like tally things? Okay. So what I want you to do, piece of paper, notebook, phone, whatever. And I want you to start taking notes. And I want you to notice how many times you get caught up like, I should do this. Okay. I should get my email out today. I should go exercise. And as you're doing it, every time you catch yourself, whether it's in the moment or even after the fact, and do this for 3 days. You should, keep tally, and then your coulds. And just notice what, I don't know if this is going to come out like backwards or not, but you get the idea. Notice how many times should is running your show, which means you are not in a space where you're open to being in abundance because fear is running your track. Fear, the should, is actually what is causing you to basically derail. And that's not what I want. I don't think that's what you want either. So for a week, 3 days, three days, write down your shoulds and coulds and just see what happens. And whatever comes up, comes up. And all my request is, please like, share, and comment if you're getting something out of this. And that's what I'm here for. So, till next time, my name is Mellissa Rempfer. I'm the founder of Giving Excellence. And my wish for you is for you to be in the flow, is to be in the could, not should. Till next time, bye.